Hi everyone, I'm Chia-Ching, and you can also call me Raymond. I am one of the executive directors of Taiwan HIV Story Association and also a master's student at St. Louis University. Today, I want to share some experiences and what we do to reframe and destigmatize and discrimination against people living with HIV and AIDS in Taiwan. I will talk about who we are, what we do, and why we're doing this. So, a little bit about introduction about Taiwan HIV Story Association. Many years ago, some of our board members wanted to share their feelings about the treatment and the experiences in their life. So, they started to post articles on the website. And they found that many people were interested in these stories. So, since Taiwan was achieving the target of UNAIDS about 390s, we think it's about time to discuss the fourth 90s here. Sharing the stories and rethinking the needs for people living with HIV and AIDS is what we're trying to do. The most different thing from other NGOs is that we do not provide direct services, and we use the social network platform to transmit and reach to the publics and the communities, not just based on public health and statistics, but more people-centered. So, we noticed that it was an excellent chance to educate people about the information on HIV and AIDS, but without funding, what we could do was limited. So we decided to register as an official NGO in Taiwan. We're trying to use these knowledges to solve the problems by working and engaging with the community through different platforms and methods. Also, a little bit contact for HIV and AIDS in Taiwan. In Taiwan, the law still treats the intentional transmission of HIV as a criminal offense. Also, although the legal definition of high-risk sexual behavior was recently revised, punitive clauses regarding intentional transmissions still remain. And in some cases, the penalties can be even harsher than those for physical assault. This legal framework continues to reinforce HIV stigma and discrimination, particularly against the marginalized communities. And we both know the cutting funds for HIV preventions, and also for those marginalized populations, and the criminalization of HIV still remains in America. So we consider that HIV stigma is not just a personal thing, it's a structural, it's a political, and it's cultural. So like I say, we trying to use a different way. For example, the narrative ethnography and the art-based methods um to solve the problems, and also causing the policy influence and also the collaborations. So, why we're using storytelling? Because people love stories. It is human nature, and we like to listen to parents or teachers or our lovely grandparents tell us the stories about them when we're little. Think about Grimm's fairy tales or Disney. Storytelling is a powerful way to describe and show how we think and feel. People may not be attracted to what you say about the topic or issue, but they will be interested in a story. So we know it's a best way to communicate and make the public understand the life experiences and difficulties of people living with HIV and AIDS, such as the relationship with the families, with couples, and the problems during work and life. Also, the community finds their strengths by rethinking the personal experiences through writing and reflection to get closer to themselves and to reframe the stigma. So we use the social media and website to publish stories and videos and issues about the people living with HIV and AIDS and their relates. We also held a workshop and a peer group. But most importantly, we starting to training volunteers as a reporter to write and tell stories. We cooperate with partners to advocate and engage with the real world. We found that our volunteers can actually empower themselves while they are saying and listening to these experiences. We also, this is our website and social media page. We use different ways to promote and send information about HIV and AIDS. It is instrumental, especially in recent years. For example, we posted information on how to get vaccine or medication and notices and precautions for people living with HIV and AIDS during the COVID-19 pandemic. We besides the online activities, we also held offline activities, including topics such as HIV with law, long-term care, mental health or recreational drugs, PrEPs, and also doing the campaigns like You Equals You and HIV discrimination. Um, we found that people actually a lot of people involved. After storytelling, we have another question. So, can we do anything else to make the people living with HIV and AIDS in the public get closer and more intense than we think of art? It is a direct and a powerful way for the public to have an actual feeling using their sensations. So, we conducted an exhibition with several artists and the Museum of Contemporary Art in Taipei named Interminable Prescriptions for the Plague as a start. Every year we have a new topic and different focus, trying to create more possibility for the community and more chance to connect to the public. For example, we collaborated with several local HIV-related NGOs and invited artists, poets, and researchers from local and international to perform their ideas about HIV and AIDS. We also have soapbox. We collaborated with the community members and to develop a partic participatory scripts rooting in their personal stories, which were later performed for the public. We also used various forms of arts-based empowerment groups supporting the inner heal and destigmatization for people living with HIV and AIDS. At the same time, we engage the broader public through comedy and film-based education to foster dialogue and awareness. So, this approach combining embodied expression, collaborative storytelling, and cultural performance to reframe HIV and AIDS beyond biomedical narratives. This is the photo from the exhibition. On the top right, you can see the special white clothes. It's made of HIV drug bottles. It symbolized the HIV positive can never live without these drugs, but we still live. On the bottom left is the theater performance, and the bottom right is the art empowerment group, which include drawing, folk dancing, and weaving. Um, this is one of the most powerful moments from our work in 2024. Our exhibition at the Global Village of the 8th 2024 conference in Munich. On the left, you can see a large installation piece shaped like the island of Taiwan. This is it's made from woven clothes by the participants of our group. Each piece of clothes were created by members of our community, like the people living with HIV and AIDS. their family members, and allies. These artworks symbolize both dependence and resilience. So many of us rely on the medication to survive, but through this piece, we also show how we live, how we create and reclaim our identity despite that. And the right is one of our artists in conversation with a visitor. He used his body touching and voice, and this kind of encounter embodied creative dialogic is itself anthropology in action. We believe our role is not just to represent a community, but to co-create spaces where they can speak back. This exhibition is one such space where art becomes a platform for truth, for dignity, and the transnational solidarity. So we are trying to continue like the work, writing and storytelling, and also workshops with other NGOs in Taiwan for the public, and and also we will combine popular cultures and the ideas of U equals U into other things, and also start trying continue to join the advocacies, such as like work with other NGOs for sex workers and conduct a workshop for them. And these years we have another project called Incurable Alliance. It is a groundbreaking regional exhibition co-organized by Infectious Journal and Taiwan Contemporary Culture Lab, featuring HIV positive artists from Malaysia, South Korea, Hong Kong, Australia, the Philippines, and Taiwan. Through creative expression rooted in personal and local experiences. These artists used art as the tool for advocacy to and openly embracing their HIV positive status in their home countries. Um, this comment happens. One of these comment happens a few years ago, and the other one just few days ago. Even today, we still face a lot of unfriendly and disrespectful bullying everywhere. Um, it is from our story website contributor, and he's an HIV positive and recreational drug user. Has been hiding from everyone, even his case manager, for a long time since his diagnosis. He was watching our website for a while, and we received his story because his case manager encouraged him to do this. We published his story and got an unfriendly comment, but many people are fighting for him on Facebook, and we insist on not removing his story. After that, he sent this message to us. So I believe that is the reason we should continue to doing this. And these comments are from the participants of the empowerment group by creating a space where people could talk about HIV not just as a disease, but also like as something in, embedded in daily life, in the identity, in silence, and in memory. That's the power of art, not just for its self expression, but also for reclaiming agency. As an advocate and a therapist, we often ask, where does healing happen? This group answers the healing can begin in the quiet act of making something together and in the permission to be fully seen. So we all know the methods and mission are deeply intertwined. We center personal stories to understand. We treat art not just as expression, but as a way of knowing, emotional, embodied, and collective. And community members are not just a research subject; they are co-writers, they are co-creators, and co-organizers. Their reflections shape the direction of our work. We operate across platforms, and finally, public engagement anthropology. We don't just publish, we invite public conversation, challenging stigma through storytelling, through humor and policy critique and cultural dialogue. To close, I want to return to what this work is really about. For us, moving from stigma to structural change means shifting culture common sense. It's not just about like changing laws or foundings, but challenging how society understand HIV, understand the risks, understand the morality, and life itself. We intervene, reframe, and respond through relationships, through co-creation, and through shared vulnerability. That's why for us, story and art are not just neutral tools. They are contested spaces where trauma and resilience and cares and visibility collide. And most of all, we don't run away from that struggle. We live with it, we create within it, and we invite others like all of you here today to work alongside us. These are the stickers for our project. On the top left, it says, I am HIV positive in Taiwanese. It means that we can show our identity and it's okay. So, this is just the beginning with these journeys. I know there's one day we can speak out loud and hold the past identity proudly. If you're interested, welcome to contact me or my colleague or visit our website and social media platform and support us in any way. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, thank you.